I'd like to call the meeting to order and begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First item we have is the approval of the agenda as presented. Any changes, modifications? Hearing none, I entertain a motion to accept it as written.
I'll make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
First item is public comments. And Jim, you're the only one.
Broken record.
Thank you.
Give me one more.
Okay, wait. Two here.
There's two.
All right. I'm here tonight to discuss again the situation that we have with the Animal Control Board. I actually talked to Randy very shortly, I think yesterday, explaining to him, and I was going to talk to Christina, but you probably didn't get a chance to talk to. Because of the fact that we had about a year of kind of a transition going from one ordinance to the other, our board really could not make a lot of plans because of the confusion of what we could do and could not do. So we actually didn't have a chance to come up with a plan to properly spend money on things that we needed to do. Now, there's approximately $3,000 left in the fund, our fund for this year. I think it's 32. I'm not sure what it is, but anyway, it's over $3,000. We are going to, at our meeting next week, we're going to vote on how we're going to spend that and what resources we have, because we're going to lose that money at the end of the year. Also, as you know, the county council did not fund the Animal Control Board any money for next year. So we are in a kind of a quandary of how we're going to come up with funds to do what we need to do. And that's the reason I actually, on the animal control ordinance, of which you remember the last time I gave you, under page 13, the use of resources, you'll see again where the board may accept, use, and expend funds, other funds or other resources from sources other than the state, if, and then explains that. And by the way, county is considered a unit of the state, so we're actually, everybody knows, county is part of the state. So that would also be concerning to the county, that we included the county. So the problem we've got is we've got some ideas for next year, and when the board meets, we're trying to figure out how are we going to pay for these, where are we going to get the funds, and how are we going to do it. And I left a note with Christina stating that the board's going to try to come up with specific plans for being able to do things. And in order to do that, we need for the auditor to set up this fund, not a fund, but the ability for us to do that. And so I need kind of like a green light for us to go and start these things for specific objectives so that the board can do that, so that we can reach out in different ways to be able to get the funds. And this of course would be with the county, but it's not going to be a fund. Okay, so question I've got is, do I get kind of the okay for the auditor to start on these issues? Does that make sense?
If it's not a fund, what is it?
Well, it's an account.
Well, they don't do accounts.
You have to have a fund.
You have to have a fund.
I mean, it's,
This specifically states in it that you just voted on the second that this would happen.
Who voted on it?
You voted to pass this ordinance.
Yeah, pass the ordinance, yes.
And the ordinance states that the board may accept, use, and expend funds for other resources from sources other than state if it's for specific purposes, and the board is authorized to accomplish this under the ordinance, and which that's what I'm asking for. The resources are expended for pursuit for objectives which resources are rewarded. Now, my question is it states here that we should be able to do this. And you remember I was here a month ago stating the funds, and you said we didn't want to set up a fund, but according to this, the money's resources are kept in a separate account in the county's treasury, the monetary resources. So it states that this is the ordinance. This is what you're supposed to follow. And we don't have any money to operate because the county didn't have the money for us. And we got to come up with ways to do that. But we want to make it a legitimate thing. So in order to do that, I've got to get your okay through the auditor to set up the account. That's what it says right there. It says.
I personally don't, I'm sorry, I don't support it. I don't think it needs to be run through the auditor's office. I mean, there's been a lot of cuts in a lot of different departments, and just putting additional work to her, and
I know
each time you're gonna need money, you have to call her.
I understand.
It doesn't make any sense to me, sorry.
Well, we're going to be putting the money into the account. It would be,
I just don't think we need to set up another account and make more accounts. Just keep what you have and let's not recreate the wheel.
we won't have anything.
Then we're gonna have to do more fundraising or something. I mean, there's so many different places that got cut.
The Animal Control Board does not have the ability to fundraise. That's the Humane Society, we can do that. It's a totally separate thing.
Right, but I don't think we should add more accounts to the auditor's office. That's me, sorry.
Why can't they fundraise?
Because it's a government organization. It's not a private organization. Do you want to do it for us? I mean, we've got our hands full of trying to figure out how to do that. How can we do it? It states here it's really specifically states right here how we're supposed to do it.
So my question would be, where's the funds or money going to come from if you don't fundraise? In the county, this is a bad year. So the county's not gonna fund it. For where do you anticipate
Going to
getting?
the public.
Well, then you're fundraising.
We're raising money for an account. We're raising money for, that's what it specifically states in there, Brandy.
Yeah, well, it says funds, but the way the county operates, we would have to pass a specific ordinance to establish a fund. And then you can have an account for whatever it amounts to.
Good.
But that's how the Indiana code would require us to do that. And in that ordinance, you would have to be specific as to what it's being raised for and what it's going to be used for.
That is exactly what, I agree with that.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is,
But it can't be vague. It's gotta be
I know that too.
purpose that it's established for.
That's exactly what it says here, but it says account.
Where does it say account? I must
Right
miss that.
Right there, read it. The monetary resources are kept in a separate account in the county's treasury account.
The way our system sets up, we have and you're probably not familiar with this, we have
Yeah.
fund, account, and then we'll have a location. That's how it's set up. We have also, whether it's an expenditure or a receipt through the system, and what entity's doing it, whether it's the sheriff, whether it's the clerk of the courts or whatever, they all have numbers. General fund is 1,000. Then you have a specific account for whatever you're using it for. Then you have, is it a sheriff's account or is it a clerk's account or whatever it is? Then it has a location also within the county. Is it going to the courthouse? Is it going to the highway garage?
I understand.
Then it has expense receipts, and then it also has,
I'm just gonna give you an example though. Let's just say I go out,
that's how it has to set up in our accounting
okay,
system.
I'm just saying, let's just say, I go to the public and say, look, the Animal Control Board wants to do this. We need help. And all at once, we get a $10,000 donation to the Animal Control Board. Where does it go? It's supposed to go in that account. Can you tell me where it's going? If somebody gives us $10,000, you see what I'm saying?
I know, that seems like you're fundraising, but Nonetheless, what I think we first need to do is to have legal counsel
I agree,
to take a look at this to see
I agree.
exactly how this
What
all
I'm-
plays out, because I'm not real comfortable with the,
I understand, and I understand, Pam, where you're coming from. I don't disagree with you whatsoever. What I'm trying to say is, we are now a board that has no money to work with. And we're supposed to try to accomplish things, and we can't accomplish things because we don't have any way to be able to do that. Yet it tells you here how to do it, right in the ordinance that you voted for. My question is that if somebody just came in and passed away and said, hey, we're gonna give this money to the animal control board, just out of the blue, where does that money go if it doesn't go into that account? And that's exactly what that's for, is funds other than the state.
see, and one of the things you've got to be aware of is that some accounts, and a lot of them, have to go through the budget process. That's one of the things
I know.
that county government, it just makes it more, whereas you run it through the Humane Society, which is the 501c3, then the board can make those decisions, whereas the county, they have their whole
I know.
group of things every time you spend $1. It's just like you'll see us tonight when we go through, we have to approve all this spending, the council has to go approve it too. So it's kind of a lengthy process,
And I-
cumbersome,
and I
but it's
understand that
checks and balances.
I understand that because that's why we never ask for a penny from any government. That's why the Humane Society stays separate. We've got other things going with the Humane Society that we're trying to do. But what I'm saying is what's the answer? What is the answer if someone calls the animal control board and says, we want to give you this money? Tell me where it goes. If there's no fund, then tell me how we're supposed to accept it. Because we need to legally be able to accept it and account for it. And that should be accounted through the auditor's office.
Let us run it past the county attorney.
You see where I'm coming from on this?
I see, but
Does anybody
normally,
else see where I'm coming from on
the
this?
easiest way, if somebody wanted to give you 10,000, would be to give it to some other organization with more flexibility.
It might be easier, but I'm saying somebody says, hey, this is what I want. How do we deal with money because we've got to have ways to be able, and people know this. I'm telling you, the public knows there's a problem here. And the public, they can give it to the Humane Society, but it's a separate organization and we have separate needs and separate thoughts. So I want to, since it's the animal control, and I've got two hats here. I'm on the animal control board representing Kennelton to their best interest and representing in the county.
So my next question is, and I'm not sure, is this a exclusive county board? Now, when you say you represent Kennelton,
I represent Kennelton because
who appointed you? Was it the city council?
The Kennelton City Council.
So it's kind of a,
Have they accepted this ordinance yet?
The county, yes, everybody's supposed to.
Kennelton has accepted it,
As far as I know,
and Tell City. I know Troy has.
as far as I know, but I'm not positive. I can't tell you the answer. What I'm just saying is that you see where I'm coming from. We want to be-
I know where you're coming from, but again, it's just similar, it reminds me similar to the solid waste. And what they operated as a sort of quasi-county organization, but they were made up of the cities plus the county, and they engaged their own accounting firm that did all of their work for them.
Yeah.
The county had no involvement in that per se.
We try, but you
And that's-
created the ordinance, and under the ordinance, you created the board.
Well, but it doesn't specifically say the county is responsible for.
Is your board asking or are you asking?
No, I'm going to the board to try, because they're
I think
asking.
you're ahead of the, I mean, I
Let's go back.
don't mean to be rude, but
Yeah,
I think we're having a conversation that we shouldn't even be having if you haven't had it
Well,
approved
no,
by your board.
they want me to come to you to ask if.
But then we need their approval, then you need a vote.
Yes, and you remember the last time I was here? We got their approval, we got their vote, because I asked for a fund, and you said you didn't want to do that. You remember, this was
Correct?
a month ago.
Mhm.
You asked me, and it was 2 months ago, you said to go to the board. I went to the board. At first, they were hesitant, then they realized what I was saying. They voted unanimously to pass this and say, go ask for the fund. Now, we can't ask for a fund because you don't want to do it. I'm just saying,
I wouldn't necessarily say that. What we don't want to do I want to first ask him exactly where the county fits into this, because if it's set up at the city's county, the solid waste district was set up that way, and they had their own independent accounting firm that did all their work. They collected the funds. If somebody wanted to donate, they had set up their own accounts, and that's what they did. That would be my first question to the attorney. And then secondly, I would ask him about this part of this agreement and how this would fit into
I agree with you, but
county operation.
it is the county's responsibility, and you created the ordinance, and it specifically states, and Pam, like I said, I understand where you're coming from on that, okay? I get excited, but I'm not mad, I get excited, okay? Because we know we're up against the wall trying to figure out what we're gonna do next year with no money that was put into for our fund. And we have to spend what we've got left by December 31st, and we've already figured out how to do that. I'm just trying to get ahead of the game, try to explain to people that, hey, we can do this, but we can't do it if we don't get a green light to work with the auditor to set up this account. And it says account, okay? However you want to set it up, I don't know, but that's specifically what it says in here. And I think there's a lot of people that are listening tonight that agree with me.
Let us run past the attorney and see what his
Yeah, I agree.
opinion is.
I agree.
once.
I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to push issues, I'm just saying that we need to have funds for the 26. Okay? And you can call it a fund or whatever you want, but I call it an account, because that's what you stated in the ordinance. It's an account. Okay, thank you, I'm sorry, didn't mean to put pressure on you.
Thank you.
Next item up is Greg Hendershot, Parks and Rec Building Maintenance, HVAC for the South Annex building.
I think all I have to do is approve one of these.
There were 2 bids on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was thinking there were.
I think the question is whether we want to go with a 80 efficiency or 90 something, 95, or what the other one was.
This is on the Purdue building, correct?
Is it 97? 97, yeah. 80 and 97. There's a price difference, but. And I think that they also give us a bid on putting an air conditioning unit in, but I think the one that's currently up there works. So,
That's why that's where I seen that, Pam, where there was actually 2 bids for each one. One for the air and one for the
I
heat.
make a motion to approve the bid for Valley Supply,
Which one,
just to replace the gas furnace.
but which, an 80 or a 97?
What's the
The
difference?
efficiencies.
Yeah,
Yep, for that one.
option 1.
Is that the 80?
That's probably what's up there.
Mm-hmm. I'd say, because it's up in years.
Yeah, it's up there. It's got probably a crack or something in that
Mm-hmm.
heat exchangers, why they're getting CO2 through it.
Yeah.
So the motion is out there for option 1 for Valley Supply,
At the cost of,
$1,910.
Do I hear a second?
second.
Any other further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
All right, Steve Howe, financial commitment letter. I hope you brought one with you, Steve. Okay.
I just need you guys' autograph on this so I can get that application submitted.
Do we need to vote on this before I sign it? I entertain a motion to sign the financial commitment letter for its community crossings grants for 2026.
You done signed it, so
We've done it forever. I just take it for granted, and I hope we get the full
Yeah.
amount.
I make a motion.
second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
And that will be done before the end of the month. It has to be done before the end of the month, correct?
30th.
30th.
Yes.
Submitted.
Community
Yeah,
crossings.
it has to- yeah, I have to have an application
Yep.
in by then. It closes in
How long does it normally take? A couple of months to hear back?
2 or 3 months, yeah,
That's what I was thinking.
sometimes longer, it depends. Thank you
This is
very
kind of
much.
new. See, we always get these early in the first of the year, and then they let us know March, April, something in
Yeah.
that range.
Yeah.
Then we bid. This year, if they're on their game, we should get it earlier, and we should be able to get our bids out before the
Mhm.
season
Right, should
starts.
be able to-
Steve, I have a question on Old 237.
Yeah.
The striping. When is that going to take place?
They were putting shoulder stone down today when I went through there. And that'll be the next step, I would think right away. I don't have a timeline on, but I would think within the next week or so.
Yeah, because I remember
We're gonna get with Parker Water.
I got
Yes.
a call this evening again, so to make sure that it
I
wasn't forgot
stopped
about.
when Marvin was out on 237. I stopped and told him, I said, don't forget Wapaka Road too. So
Right.
he's been told 3 times
I
now.
think he'd be very upset
And
if
he's-
we forget that.
He won't forget it.
Thank you.
Next item we have is approval of minutes from 10/6/2025. Any
Make a motion?
changes?
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Next item up is approval of the payroll for 10/10/2025 in the amount of $185,219.12.
I'll make a motion.
I second that.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Payroll withholding for the same date, 10/10/2025, in the amount of, that is not correct.
That's not right.
So let's just skip over that one.
Just gonna table that?
Yes, because payroll withholding can't be nearly double what. the
That's
payroll
more than-
is.
Yes, sir. It's
So that's-
withholding's more than
That's not
twice what that is.
correct. Health claims in the amount of $46,576.70.
I make a motion.
Second.
Motion and a second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Solid waste claims for 10/21/2025, and I've modified that. There's a $400 charge in there that solid waste was paying for the electrical labor for hooking up the compactor out of Branchville. That should come out of a different account.
So
I've
it's for something less than this.
$400 less. It's $6,679.96. And then we'll increase the accounts payable of the county right below it by that $400. This should come
Okay.
out of the county.
Increase it to the accounts payable.
Yes. So I'd entertain a motion for approval of the solid waste.
I make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Next item up, 10/21/2025, the accounts payable claim docket in the amount of $806,640.83.
But that will be 810,000, correct? Because you're adding 400 into it?
That's what I
with the
did.
400.
Changed it from 240 to 640,
Okay.
806, 640.83.
Make a motion.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Opening of the highway truck bids, and we've got a bunch. This is Kentucky Truck Sales.
Are those all highway truck bids?
I guess, I don't know.
Oh my,
There's a bunch of them.
yes there is.
Let's see.
They don't got sticky things either.
This is from Kentucky Truck Sales. And this is, I'm assuming for one unit.
So the bids for the
Who's that from?
Highway Department.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what it is. Trying to figure out here what, must be a Freightliner. Customer price before taxes, which we don't pay any taxes, $209,654, and that includes an extended warranty.
And who's that from?
Kentucky Truck Sales, Jeffersonville, Indiana. It's got Freightliner on it, so I'm assuming that's what they're using. Price includes chassis, dump plow spreader, electric tarp, 16,000 pound front axle, included in that price. This is from Stoops,
Stoops?
Stoops. Freightliner again. The price for this truck is $201,500 per unit. It's a Freightliner also.
And that has everything on it,
That's my assumption here.
the bed and the plow and everything.
Let's see.
I think that was in the bid spec, wasn't it?
Yeah, so I'm assuming it's in here. They're at $201,500.
Does that have an extended warranty?
I don't know that I saw that. Let's see.
Was that in part of the bid, Steve?
No,
This one does not have an extended warranty on the quotation sheet. This is Volmac truck,
Momac?
VOMAC TRUCK. This it's got a base bid here of $263,500.
The base bid.
Yeah, and then I think they took it times 3. Yep. These are for Mack trucks.
Nothing about an extended warranty on there either.
I didn't see it.
Steve, do these usually come with a warranty anyway?
they come with a standard warranty. but-
Standard, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and then you can buy an extended warranty.
And what normally is the warranty, standard warranties? Do you know?
I think it's 1 or 2 years. Some of them different, but
So what I
I
had
think
to,
it's 2 years.
Okay.
I think this might be a duplicate.
It's not duplicate.
No, it's a Mac and a Volvo,
It's what?
a Mac and a Volvo.
Oh, okay.
So I have 2 brands.
Okay. So I thought it looked exactly the same on the outside envelope. Same firm.
Womack truck,
Vomac.
Womack.
And the price for the base bid on this is $258,600.
Is it
Per unit.
Volvo or?
Yeah. Volvo truck.
Are these 25s or 26s?
26s. What I'm saying here.
No, just 25,
The two that I bid will be 27s.
27.
27.
They'll be produced after the first of the year.
And that's on the Vomax.
They'll be model year 27.
And you're out of where?
Evansville.
Evansville.
Okay, this is Palmer Trucks, which is Kenworth. Make it difficult on me.
Out of where?
Out of Evansville. Palmer Kenworth of Evansville. Price per unit of these is $225,716.
2026.
26s. This is Truck Center Incorporated. They're out of Evansville also.
And are these Kenworths or what?
This is a Freightliner, I'm assuming.
Freightliner.
It says Freightliner at the bottom of the. This seems odd. I must be missing something.
So on these Vomax, they're not even built yet?
No, they would be placed on an order board. And right now, the order board is as the order is placed, that's when it gets slotted according to their lead time.
Okay.
I'm reading this.
Of course, they total price at the top, no. Okay, it's a total like that, totals.
Whether they've got it separate here? Something doesn't seem right to me. I feel like they probably have to be added together.
They didn't include the dump and everything together.
Because it's just way too cheap.
Yeah, it does.
We'd like to take them up on that price, I think. Here's my assumption without reading through it. The accessories to it per unit are $95,736.82. And then the truck is $111,662.
207,398.
And that's my assumption. This is gonna take a little more confirmation.
That has to be per truck.
It's on a Freightliner,
Mm-hmm.
so. They're not added together. Same company.
Same company, why ain't they all, is this,
Right? Volvo? I know, Freightliner.
So they use Freightliner.
that's strange having two bids in the same company.
111,662 for the truck. Is that what you had on the other one?
Yeah. And 95,
And then it's got
Something for the-
something else here. It's got another total of 120,250 per unit. So I'd say the addition to the truck's a little different. Because it's up several thousand higher. Oh, wait a minute, this is supply and install blow items on a Mack chassis per bid. So this must be a Mack truck and the addition. It's on a Freightliner. Go back again.
one's a Mack and one's a Freightliner.
Yeah, but it's got the Freightliner in here as a picture of the truck. Nonetheless, we're gonna have to go through these. Let's see.
What was the price on that?
It was 100,
111,662, and then you said 120.
1,000 for the, 111,662 is what they've got down here for the truck. And then the additions to that per unit are 120,250. And it calls out a Mack. They've got a picture of a Freightliner.
That's
231,912 for the Mac.
But it says right here, supply and install items below on a Mack chassis per bid specs. So-
what was that on the Mack?
231,912. On Vomac, your option was Volvo, and what was the other one?
Mac.
The Mac.
What's happened there is he's used the same, he's giving you options for two different bodybuilders on his one Freightliner chassis. So he's gotten a price for somebody to build all the bed, the plow equipment from one company and then another. I just used one company to price all the equipment that would go on top of the chassis. The reason it says Mac is because I got to Adam first at Myers, so Adam just recreated his quote and gave it to Devin at Freightliner, and Devin
And
didn't catch that.
Didn't catch the Mack part of it, so it's
So he
stolen.
can't sell you a Mac. I'm the only one that can sell you exactly.
All right. That makes sense now that you explain it that way. Because I thought it's got a Freightliner up there, the specification on the truck they're
He's just
using.
giving you options from two different body equipment manufacturers.
Okay,
Okay.
Thank you.
okay, thanks.
And we need to take these into
Take
consideration.
them under advisement, yeah. Take
Yes.
a look at them. Make a decision after we've had a chance to look through them. So I'd entertain a motion to review the bids.
I'll make a motion.
Second,
All those in
That's-
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
that's
Thank
a
you for the bids.
lot of bids out
I
there.
good though.
wish we had that many bid and pavement.
Yes. You don't do pavement, do you?
No, but I have people.
Next meeting is Monday, November the 3rd, 2025 at 9 a.m., which is a Monday. So with that said, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Randy, before you do that, did you guys talk about that detour, unofficial detour? I forgot to ask you about.
Out there on 62,
Yes.
The one,
where they're gonna be
Eddyville and Carlisle,
They're
or
gonna have
Capers.
14
Capers
days
Road.
down. I mean, what's our, I mean,
Well, the interstate would be a lot better way to go, going through our county road.
would they mark it off and divert to local traffic or something just to the,
I think so.
and then send it to 64? I think, well, keep them off our county roads is the thing we need to do.
Yeah.
I think, obviously, I-64 would be better, but creatures of habit will obviously take the shortest route. But like I told him, they're in pretty good shape. They could use some gravel and a few potholes, and we talked about that earlier. But I,
When is this proposed work to be carried out?
Those papers here.
Hopefully it's not the winter.
Oh, you ain't got no papers, Steve. You don't have no paperwork.
No.
What is the work exactly that they're going to do?
Putting the pipe or something.
Replacing, structure replacement on 62. It's approximately 14 days. And I don't see what.
it's kind of hard to see.
I don't think it says when on
When it
there.
starts, I don't know if they probably determined the starting date. I mean, it's just like,
Probably, because I think they're just looking for approval of.
whenever they did that to us on 62 before.
And quote.
Yeah, and if they say 14 days, you can probably count on 2 months. Depending on the weather conditions,
As
you
long as
know.
they don't start in the middle of the winter.
Yeah.
Like they did that bridge job down there, that was a
Yeah.
mess. The question is whether we want to have an official detour or,
It's not very good in my opinion.
Even if we don't, they're still gonna travel.
no, I mean,
There's
I,
people that out in there, if they know the roads, they're still gonna
the
travel.
locals probably will go where they want to. The
Yeah.
question of it is if they'd set up and divert them to 64 for the people that aren't local,
That don't know the roads.
maybe would take them off that road so they don't drive down 62 and then hit that spot and then all of a sudden.
If they went to interstate, it would be a shorter distance than going our detour too. I don't remember the mileage, but I did measure that. And it's closer to go on the interstate than it is to go on them gravel roads, there.
Yeah, but just in case, I'd put some gravel on them just
Yeah.
to be safe.
Right, they'll be on them, there's no question. So
I'd say I-64. D2 would just make sure Capers and Eddyville is.
can you ask them to do that? In other words, at the end of the road, shoot them to 64
Yeah, I can ask.
and put the local traffic only or whatever, because you'll have the locals that drive down there to go home.
Yeah.
And then try to get then some of the traffic that doesn't understand to get out on
Divert it.
64.
Like the Abbey traffic is probably, they probably won't want to go back to the interstate. They'll probably cut over, even though, like you said, it'd be longer.
Yeah,
Ask
I can ask
them.
them about that.
just make sure we get gravel on it because it will be traveled extra, I'm sure.
All right, thank you.
I was entertaining a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
I second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you for the opportunity.